See if the front desk has an umbrella, or else it's gonna rain on your head.
What about your head?
Raindrops are scared of me. They dare not touch this pretty head of mine.
Then perhaps I should stand under you. That head of yours is big enough to cover us both.
Honorable? I thought this was really interesting to kind of learn about. Admittedly, I actually don't know very much about Muhammad Ali, aside from the fact that he was a famous boxer, and that's about all that I know about him. So getting to, you know, kind of get an insight into the man behind the kind of legend, and especially one that I don't feel like is told. Like, I feel like this part of his story isn't necessarily as mainstream, isn't necessarily as, you know, told in the biopics and stuff like that. So I feel even more intrigued and even more curiosity by getting to know the person kind of, like I said, behind the legend, but also one of his maybe lesser known moments, and, you know, kind of how that shaped him and how he kind of, this interaction seemingly stuck with him, and, you know, what that did to shape him later on in life. And I truly believe that, you know, every decision we make, big or small, will kind of like sculpting chips away a little bit at the slab, and, you know, kind of helps mold you, and every decision has varying degrees of how much it'll affect and change you. But it felt very much, just because of, you know, his quote at the very beginning, that this is one of those things that kind of stuck with him in a larger way. And so getting to, you know, see the story, getting to see more insight into this man that, like I said, is such a legend, but peeling that back a little bit to show that, like, he is still just a person who, you know, has gone through varying experiences and things like that, I thought was really, really fascinating. And really the message underneath all of it, the kind of, you know, overarching theme of the movie, I thought was really beautiful as well.
This was great. I thoroughly enjoyed just sort of sitting in on the conversations, interactions between these heavyweights, I guess pun intended, but you know, civil rights, boxing, the whole just the whole premise is great. I mean, it's all obviously you know, steeped in reality, and really well written and executed. Great performances. I thought, you know, even just the fellow playing Muhammad Ali was just what a great casting choices. They were all fantastic, but that one just struck me immediately right away, just for everything overall, including the look, the just the way it was shot, the way it was all put together. I just thought it was brilliant. I wouldn't change a thing. I absolutely adored this piece. Really great work.
Honorable. This had really good cast in it, so great casting work here, really good acting. I really love the wardrobe and, you know, the inspiration for this, of course. Really good script and good acting. And nice use of black and white versus color. Just great original music. It felt like a teaser, and it reminded me of One Night in Miami. So really well done. Good luck to you guys.
Honorable was a just very beautiful short film in the small amount of time that we are given. Within the first 3 minutes, I found myself very engaged, very focused, very active, and approaching a subject that I was familiar with. I am familiar with Malcolm X. I'm familiar with Muhammad Ali. But to be honest, even though I come from Louisville, Kentucky, I guess I didn't really have the major connectivity between the two. I think of those two different individuals in two different time places almost. So it's sort of that grounding experience that you have this recognition and realization of, like, no, this is from the same time period, the same time, the same place. These two moments in time are happening cohesively with each other. And so it's sort of eye-opening to see how far we often think we are from history, only to find that we're not that far from it. And so this filmmaker does a really great job in reestablishing this notion. I am someone from Louisville, Kentucky, where Muhammad Ali is often praised upon. And I also can recognize that I did not have the connectivity between the two individuals. So I found myself Googling after watching the short film of, were they even connected? Was this something that was actual like fact? And turns out it is. And so it's a nice moment of taking this creative approach that is done remarkably well. I love the fact that they did this in black and white. And I think the actors that they chose were really strong forming and really built. I don't need a famous face in order to provide the role of someone infamous. And I think this is a great example of that. This is a great example of all of these actors who have come together and they've done portraying the part very well. I think this was very well done and executed in many forms. I fell into this world. I had my focus into this world and into this moment. And for the 16 minutes, they definitely engaged and entertained my mind.